Thank you. Gosh, I have been really forgetting to do that recording lately. Thank you. Remember for your pencils or pens that they have letters or numbers on them. So grabbing a pen that has like a logo or a brand, something specific for your eyes to look at. And then just your brain speed ball, your letter ball for the other thing. Cool. And then just as a reminder for this class, as always, because we work the visual vestibular system, remember it's okay if the eyes start to feel tired, fatigued, red, itchy, watery, or if you start to feel a little dizzy, maybe even nauseous. But all of those things mean you've met your edge and we don't want to go too far past the edge. So back off, have some water, and take a break. Okay, I'm going to mute you all. Feel free to unmute yourself if you've got any questions. Also, yeah, just as a side note, Anya, I'm seeing that you're having a hard time connecting to the, if you can hear me, you're having a hard time connecting to the audio. So I'm hoping that's working for you. Okay. All right, we'll come back to a seated or standing grounded position here. Yeah, and let's close the eyes. We'll put both hands on the low belly. And just finding that low belly breath. Seeing if you can slow that breath down. Just breathing in and out of your nose. And then we're going to find a body scan today through all of the joints of the body. Well, not all of them. That would take a very long time. But just starting at the head. I'm just noticing how your neck is doing. Feel free to turn it or tilt it. How do your shoulders feel right now? How do your elbows feel? And your wrists? And then maybe just move the fingers and the wrists as much as you can. Just notice how all the joints in the hands are feeling. Sometimes on these colder mornings, they can make our joints feel a little stiffer. So just noticing if there's any change there. And then working your way down the spine. How do your hips feel today? Your knees, your ankles. And then same thing here, if you can wiggle the toes or wiggle the feet, go ahead and shake that area a little bit. Go ahead and set your intention for class today. We'll take an inhale, an exhale, and then we'll open the eyes. Awesome. Okay, let's stay with those joints. And we'll do a little bit of a joint warm up here. So let's come to the wrists. If you're able to grab your wrist, I want you to grab your wrist and just find a twisting motion around the wrist. If it's hard for you to grab your wrist, you can find a rub around the wrist. Yeah, otherwise just twisting back and forth. And then we'll switch sides. Seeing if there's a difference between the two sides. Yep. And then coming to your thumb and just giving your thumb a little bit of a pull. So I'm grabbing my whole thumb, I'm giving it a little bit of a pull, and I'm just doing a little bottle cap twists back and forth. I'm going to work my way down, grabbing my pointer finger, a pull, a twist, and working my way down. And again, just rubbing your hand. If it's hard for you to grasp each finger is fine too. Going down to the pinky. And then shaking that hand out. Good, we'll do the same thing on the other side. Grabbing the thumb, giving the thumb a twist and a pull. and the pointer finger. Working your way down here. If there's any cracks or pops, that's fine, as long as they don't hurt. And when you get all the way to the pinky, same thing, shake that hand out. Okay, good. Let's come back up to the top of the body here. And I just want you to start with a head nod. So just nodding your head, exaggerating that yes nod up and down. Being careful to not throw the head back. You're just tilting it back. And then tucking your chin in. Good. And then come back to the center. And then I want you to find a head tilt from side to side. Comparing the two sides. Notice which one feels more restricted and do a few extra tilts just on that, just towards that more restricted side. Okay, good. Okay, similar thing here, but we'll just rotate the neck so as if you were saying no to somebody, but really exaggerating that no. Yeah, if you've got a fusion or hardware in your neck, you can do this from your trunk more. And same thing, noticing if there's a difference is, do you have a side that's harder to rotate towards? And just do a few more rotations towards that side. Okay, and back to the center, really good. Let's take the shoulders. We'll find a few shoulder circle rolls. Seeing if you can inhale as the shoulders shrug up and then exhale to unshrug. Yeah, and we'll simultaneously we'll do hips and shoulders. So for my standing athletes, if you want to do an internal and an external rotation with your hips, so just turning the toes and the hips in and out like that. Yep, you could do that too. Or you could do both the shoulder rolls and the hip rotations if you're feeling very coordinated. Okay. Yeah, and then let's do a few big shoulder circles going back behind us. But I want you to exaggerate this one. So when you reach forward, I want your shoulder blades, I want you to push your shoulder blades forward slightly around your back. When you reach up, I want you to let your shoulders shrug up. When you reach back, think about squeezing the shoulder blades together. And then when you reach down, try to depress the shoulder blades. So pull them down and back. So just this really exaggerated movement coming from your shoulder blade. So these circles might be slow to start just so you can really focus on that. Finding an inhale to lift the arms and an exhale to lower back behind you. Yeah, let's do one more like that. And relax. Good. Okay, we'll do the elbows and the knees next. So for my seated athletes, I want you to circle your hands around your elbows. Arms will be slightly in front of you here. And for standing athletes, hands can come to the knees and just circling the knees around the ankles. Knees away, knees together. Knees away, knees together. Everyone switch directions. Yeah, do a couple more. And then relax. All right, coming to the wrists and the ankles. So I'll have you make a fist if you're able to. And then same idea, just finding a really nice slow fist roll around the wrist. And for my standing athletes, we'll just take the ankle, balancing on one leg. You could do this seated too, and turning the ankle in a big circle. Trying to hit every part of the circle. Okay, switch directions or switch feet. Yeah, notice which way or which part of the circle your joints feel. Either get the biggest stretch or feel the most stiff. Okay, and relax. Good, and then let's come to the rib cage. So we can set the hands high on the waist. And we're just gonna start, so I've got my thumbs wrapping around the back of my waist. You can use your fist too if that's easier. And just starting with this swinging rotation, but I'm keeping my hands on my high waist. Yeah, so I'm just kind of waddling back and forth. Right, left, right, left. Mhm. Maybe inhaling for a couple of spins, exhaling for a couple of spins. Yep. Okay, and then coming back to the center. And then we're going to find that rib translation. So gliding the ribs left and gliding them right. Hips stay steady. That's it. Yeah, trying to keep the ribs and the shoulders parallel to the floor. There we go. Nice, everyone. Mm-hmm. Okay, good. We can leave the hands there. Let's find the glide forward and back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Mm-hmm. Yeah, do a couple more there. And then we'll connect all of those and we'll hula hoop the ribs around the pelvis. Yeah, sometimes it's just nice here to have the hands feeling the ribs. So we know where we are in time and space. So the more we can increase our body awareness and our proprioception, the easier it's going to be to move. Switch directions. Okay, one more here. Good. And then back to the start. Awesome. Okay, let's find a little bit of body tapping here. So bring fingertips to that area just under the collarbone. Finding those gentle taps there. Good. And then we'll come to the arms. And actually, let's do this. So grabbing one of your shoulders, let's find more of a twisting movement today. So just as I slowly work my hand down to my elbow, down my forearm to my wrist, I'm just finding this twist motion back and forth. And then I'll do the same thing, working my way back up the arm. Yeah, just a different way to do this body tapping. You get a little bit more twisting of the muscles as opposed to tapping, but it still helps to bring your attention there. We'll do that 3 times through on each side. Okay, good. Shaking out that side when you're done, and then we'll move to the next side. And then you're just noticing for this one, how much do my muscles and my soft tissue twist with me? If I drag my hand, do my tissues not want to come with me? Or do they have a good amount of suppleness, of twistiness? Does one side feel different than the other? I think I have one more here. Yeah. Okay. Good. We'll shake the arms and hands out. Okay. We'll bring hands to the back. So I'm bringing my thumbs to the back of my ribs, and I'm going to trace the outline of my ribs going from the back to the front. If it's easier for you to use your knuckles, you could do that too. Yeah, and just taking some slow breaths as you do this one. Good. And then bringing your hands to the top of the waist, top of your pelvis, and doing the same thing, tracing that outline from the back of the pelvis towards the front. Yeah, or whatever you can reach there. Okay, good. Shake the hands out. Last thing, working through the legs. So let's bring both hands to one leg, and you're going to find that same twist. Twisting, working down the thigh, across the knee, down the calf and the shin. You can give the foot a rub, and then working your way back up using more of that twisting motion. If it's easier for you to stay just on the thigh, then stay with that. We'll do 2 or 3 on each leg. The calf can be a really sticky place for a lot of us. So if you notice the tissues don't move as well through the calf, it's good information for you. Are fluids down there getting stagnant, getting stuck? Is there swelling down there? Does it feel like a lot of pressure down there? Okay, good. When you've done that 3 times on each side, let's shake the hands out one more time. Okay, nice. Feeling a bit more connected here. Let's grab your letter ball. Okay, good. So we have been playing with a couple things. We've been playing with memory and breath. Let's start with breath. On every 5th catch, or every 5th time you move the letter ball away from your body, you're going to pause, take an inhale, see if you can just breathe through your nose, a slow inhale, a longer slow exhale, and then keep playing. Okay. But when you're doing that breath, I want your eyes to stay locked on the letter or the number you're looking at the whole time. Okay, so we're also working a little bit on gaze stabilization there, where your eyes can just lock onto one thing and stay there. So yeah, go ahead and go right into that. If you're new to playing letter ball, you hold that ball into your chest, pull it away from yourself at any angle around your body you want, and say the first letter or number you see, pull it back into your chest. Pull it away at a different angle, say the first letter or number you see, pull it back in. And you're just going to continue with that, but on every 5th row or move, you pause, take a breath, keep your eyes on that letter or number, and then continue. And remember, I think I mentioned this last time, but if you're throwing that ball around you, it's okay to make it hard for yourself. It's okay to miss the ball. If you miss the ball and you have to go get it, it actually means that you're on your edge, which is a good thing. We want to find your edge, especially when we're playing letter ball. So not catching it is actually a good thing. It means you're making it hard for yourself. Okay. I want you to keep doing the breath on every 5th catch, but now let's add in the memory piece. So you catch the ball, A, catch the ball a second time, AF, a third time, AF2, AF27, AF273, and that's the 5th one. So I pause, I'm looking at the 3, I inhale, I exhale, and then I start over. Okay, so 5 throws, counting the letters and the numbers, and you're just adding up those 5. You can say them aloud or you can say them in your head. And then on that 5th one, do that same inhale and exhale. Yeah, there you go. Nice. Hmm? Yeah, that looks really good, everyone. Yeah, I see some people making it a little bit harder for themselves. That's great. Let's do 2 more rounds of that. So 2 more rounds of 5 throws. And then go ahead and set that letter ball down so I know you're done. Okay. Nice, everyone. Okay, so no rush, but we'll put that letter ball down. Let's bring both arms up to the ceiling. We'll interlace the fingers if you can. Take an inhale and then exhale, articulate down. Pause for a moment at the bottom. Take a couple of breaths. And then slowly roll yourself back up. Yeah. This time, bring your hands out into a T. You can leave your hands into a T or you can keep your hands on your lap. And I'm gonna have you find a flat back hinge forward. Okay. So whatever you need, flat back hinge forward and stand. Hands come up, articulate, rolling yourself down. And then rolling yourself up. Arms into a T or on your lap, flat back forward. And then back to an articulating roll down. So we're just going to find an oscillation. A rolling to come down and a flat back. Roll down, flat back, roll down, flat back. For my standing athletes who are doing the same thing, just from a standing position here, rolling down or finding a flat back hip hinge. Yeah. gonna watch you all here for a couple. Yeah, and you can make these kind of quick. That's it. That's it. Yeah, just getting the spine moving, moving from stability to articulating, stability, articulating. Yeah. Let's do one more wherever you're at. That looks great, everybody. Okay, good. And relax. I'm going to have you grab, let's just grab both of your pencils or pens to start. Okay. We'll start with some pencil push-ups here. So go ahead and slip your glasses off if you normally do for these ones. Okay, I'm gonna layer in a couple of things for this one. Yeah, if you're able to stand for this stand, remember you can also find a single leg balance or a walking the tightrope balance to add a bit of a challenge. Remember, the more variation we can throw at the nervous system, the more we keep you on your edge. Okay, so we're gonna hold the pencil at arm's distance. We're gonna, looking at a specific letter, we're gonna pull the pencil into the area between our two eyes and then pull it away. And then we're gonna pull it into our nose, pull it away. And then we're gonna pull it into our chin. You won't get quite as far because the cheeks get in the way. And then pull it away. Okay, so eyes, nose, chin. Yeah, move slow. Sorry, I'm just explaining this fast. Eyes, nose, chin, and then you would start over. If you can, I want you to add a hum as you do this. Hmm. You're trying to go all the way to the end of your hum and then take an inhale when you need to, and then keep going. Long and loud hum. You can hum a song, a note, a couple of notes. For folks that are blind or visually impaired, we're just going to bring this into VOR. So I'm going to have you find the head shakes, left, right, up, down, and then at both of the diagonals. And I also want you to add a hum. So as you're shaking the head, add a hum, go all the way to the end of your breath, and then take an inhale when you need to. The quicker you move the pencil, the harder this gets. So if you find this is getting too easy, just move the pencil quicker. Yeah, but remember, I only want you to see one pencil the whole time. It's okay if it goes blurry, but just one pencil the whole time. Everyone just do a few more reps here. Okay, good. And then relax. Set that pencil down for a moment. Let's just reset the eyes. Actually, we're going to reset the eyes. I want to do some blinking. Okay, so I want you to blink as many times as you can. And we're just going to do that for 30 seconds. This is just kind of an eye refresher. Okay, ready, go. As many times, you don't have to count. It's okay, just as many times as you can. Yeah, this is a good thing to do if you're staring at a computer. This is a really good computer break. It actually rehydrates the eyes. Forget what the exact numbers are, but they show that when you're staring at a computer, you blink. It's something drastic. It's something like 70%, 70 or 80% less than you would be if you were doing anything else. So our eyes actually they get a little hydrated. So blinking a lot can just be a refresher. Okay, and relax. Nice. Go ahead and grab your pencils again. Okay, let's do a bit of near far. So I want you to find something that, if you can look out a window, but something that is as far away from you as you possibly can. If that's just the corner of the room, that's okay too. But windows are really nice. You're going to hold a pencil in front of you, okay? And you're just going to jump. I'm just going to look out the window here also. I'm just going to jump from one letter on that pencil to one very, very specific thing outside. Maybe it's like a branch of a tree that is quite far away from my window here. Okay, so something that's really specific. If you're looking at something in the corner of the room, just make it really specific. And I just want you to jump back and forth. Yeah, and that pen, yeah. That pencil can just be right in front of you. Jump back and forth as many times as you can. Or I should say, sorry, I should say as quickly as you can, but make sure that you're able to focus on each object before you jump to the next. You're gonna do a few more of those, and then I want you to move the pencil up. Yeah, your head is gonna stay facing forward, so just my eyes have to look up, and then they're gonna look at that far object again. They're gonna look up and then at that far object again. You're gonna do 20 with the pencil up, 20 with the pencil down, 20 to your right, 20 to your left. Okay, for folks that are blind or visually impaired, we're gonna bring this more into a spin. So if you're standing, I want you to find maybe 3 to 8 turns just spinning around. If you are seated in a chair, you can push your chair around, or in a power chair, you can turn your chair around. And if those are both kind of hard to do, I'm just going to have you cross your arms over your chest and find a spin with your upper body around your lower body, bringing your head with you. That's for folks who are blind or visually impaired. Yeah, for everybody else working through those near far jumps, 20 in each direction is a lot. I really threw that at you, didn't I? Keep working your way through. There's no rush. Yeah, Chad, make sure you're not moving your head. So just bring the pencil out to the side. So I have to look to my right and then far, look right and then far. Does that make sense? So instead of turning my
No,
head.
I'm sorry, because I apologize. I don't know what you mean, how I can continue to look out the same window. I'm missing that.
Look, wait, do you have a window in front of you?
Yeah, when I'm turned this way, I'm looking out the window right there. So up and down work good, but I don't know what to do for left
Yeah.
or right.
Yeah, that's a great question. So if I'm pretending my camera is my window,
Okay.
instead of swinging my arm all the way to the right, I'm just going to pull it like 12 inches from my midline. So my head is staying centered. My nose is staying pointed towards the window. My
Okay.
eyes are going to dart from the pencil to the outside window.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You can mute me now. I'll mute myself.
Okay. Yeah. So the reason I have you keeping your head still for this is because we can do near far with the pencil right in front of our nose, but it's also good to do near far in those 4 quadrants where your eyes have to jump from looking down to looking far. I often find this work can be really helpful for driving. You know, if you have to do a quick glance down to your dashboard, am I speeding? That's where my eyes usually go. Am I speeding? How much am I speeding by? Or if I'm, changing my radio station or whatever, your eyes have to quickly dart down and then they have to look out at the road in front of you. So that's why we work on all of these quadrants. Okay, good. When you're done, go ahead and set those pencils down. Let's come back to a bit more movement here. Okay. We'll bring the arms out into a T. Yeah, let's come into a side bend to the left and a side bend to the right. Inhale to side bend. Exhale, center. Inhale, side bend. Exhale, center. Each time you inhale, trying to expand those open ribs. Let's do 2 more. And last one. Good. We'll come back to the center. We can leave the arms out into a T. We'll rotate to the left. Stay in that rotation. I'm just going to have you tuck your arms into your body. So right arm kind of tucks in front, left arm tucks in back. So I'm touching the opposite sides of my body. And then I come back into a T. Rotate to the right. Tuck the arms in, one arm in front, one arm behind you. So I'm just grabbing my belly and my low back, and then out into a T. Yep. Rotate, tuck the arms, and center. Rotate, tuck the arms, and center. Yeah, and can we make that a bit more fluid? Rotate, tuck, and a bit more simultaneous. Rotate, tuck. Yeah, feel free to stand for this one. And you're just taking a second pause with each rotation to see what the furthest thing behind you is. It's the furthest thing that you can see. Can you go a little bit more each time? We'll go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, good. Give the arms a shake. Yeah, let's come into a few ragdoll roll throughs here. So I'm just gonna have you side bend to the left. Let everything hang heavy. Let your head and your arms hang heavy, kind of like you're slouching. And then you're gonna roll through the center, over to the other side, and then back up to the center. Yep, side bend right. Roll through the center. And up on the other side. Yeah, and you don't have to go all the way down. I'm just basically doing a slouch as I roll through the center. Exhale to roll. Inhale to stack. Exhale, roll. Inhale, stack. Do a couple more like that. And stack. Last one. Roll. And stack. Good. Okay, let's bring hands to the tops of the thighs. Yeah, and if you're standing, you can be just in this squatted down coaching position, hands on your thighs. And I want you to round, well, I'll show you both ways here. I want you to round your back. If you're standing, you can tuck your tail under. So we're kind of doing a seated or standing version of a cat-cow. And then I want you to lift the tail or pull the chest forward. Tuck the tail round the back. And then lift the chest or lift the tail. Yeah, that's it. Exhale to round and tuck. Inhale to lift. Exhale, round and tuck. Inhale to lift. Last one, round and tuck. Lift. Good, and then come up to the center. Give the shoulders a shake. Give the arms a shake. Okay, good. We'll do a little bit of our pattern movement. We haven't done this in a while, so I'm going to start slow and on the easier side here. So just working on your coordination a little bit. So we're going to tap the top of the head with both hands. Yep. And then we're going to cross the arms over the chest, tap the shoulders. And then you're going to tap your knees. Don't cross the hands for this one. Yeah. So head, switch the cross of the arms to tap the shoulders. That's it. Tap the knees. Head, switch the arms again, tap shoulders, tap knees. Head, switch the shoulder tap and knees. Yeah. And I just want you to keep moving through that. Head, switch the shoulders and knees. Head, switch the shoulders and knees. The faster you go, the harder this gets. But once you have the rhythm, see if you can pick up the pace. Okay. Stay with that for a moment. I have to make sure my brain is ready first. Okay. So we're going to add on the hips. So we're going to go head, shoulders. You're going to switch the arms again to tap the hips, and then you're going to tap the knees. Head, switch the shoulders, switch the hips, knees. Head, switch shoulders, switch hips, knees. Okay, so just remembering each time that it alternates when you're doing the shoulder tap and the hip tap. So you need to remember which arm is forward and which arm is under. Yeah, keep going with that pattern. I'm just going to watch you here. If that feels good for you, go faster. Yeah, and it doesn't have to be a double tap. It's just one tap for each of those. One tap for each of them. Unless the double tap is helping you with your coordination. Yeah, and if it helps for you to speak it out loud, like right arm forward or left arm tucked, if it helps for you to speak, then speak. Yeah, can you go backwards now? Last thing. So now it'll be knees, hips, shoulders, head. Knees, hips, shoulders, head. Yeah. Seeing some furrowed eyebrows. Just do a few more in this direction. Nice work, everybody. Okay, and relax. I see some people getting faster and some people getting slower. It's good. It's all good. Okay, give the body one more shake. Shake the arms, shake the legs if you're standing. Let's come into our swinging rotation. Knocking on the door of life, giving a little tap to your opposite low back. Okay, we'll come to a still point here. We'll close the eyes. And then noticing your joints again. So noticing how your neck feels. Your spine. Your shoulders and elbows. Your wrists and your fingers. Feel free to move any of these areas. How do your hips and knees feel? And then how do your ankles and toes and feet feel? Go ahead and think of one thing you're grateful for today. Let's take one more inhale. One more exhale. And we'll open the eyes. Awesome. Thanks so much for joining today, everybody. Happy Thursday. Just gonna pause.